All 7 cars derailed an hour and a half into the trip.
New information about what caused that deadly train crash in New York.
There is a technology that automatically stops trains before they crash. It works perfectly. It has been tested for decades, and it would have saved 4 lives on a Sunday morning in December 2013. The railroads did not want to install it. Too expensive, they said. Too complicated. Not ready for the real world yet. They had 7 years to get it done. They spent those years pouring $316 million into lobbyists. Not into safety equipment, into lobbyists. This is the story of 4 people who never made it home from Thanksgiving and the system that let them down. Positive train control, or PTC, is actually a simple concept. If a train is going too fast, the system automatically takes over and applies the brakes. No human input required. Engineer falls asleep, PTC stops the train. Engineer misses a signal, PTC stops the train. Engineer has a heart attack, PTC stops the train. In 1990, the National Transportation Safety Board put this technology on their most wanted list. That is not just a recommendation. That is the federal government saying lives will be lost until you fix this. For 18 years, nothing happened. The railroads kept saying they were working on it. Then, in September 2008, something terrible happened in California that changed everything. On September 12, 2008, a Metrolink commuter train slammed head-on into a Union Pacific freight train. They were on the same track, traveling in opposite directions. The Metrolink engineer, Robert Sanchez, was texting with a teenage rail fan. They were chatting about locomotives. Sanchez never looked up, missed a red signal, and did not see the freight train until it was way too late. The combined impact speed was 84 miles per hour. The locomotive telescoped 52 feet into the first passenger car. Over 100 people were injured. Now, Congress could not look away anymore. The Rail Safety Improvement Act was signed in October 2008. Positive train control became mandatory on all major rail lines. The deadline was December 31, 2015. 7 years. More than enough time to install a system that already existed, you would think. In the Bronx, where the Harlem River meets the Hudson, there is a curve the Dutch called Spuyten Duyvil, spouting devil. The currents there killed sailors for centuries. The name stuck. So did the danger. It is a sharp 6-degree curve to the left. Speed limit through the curve is 30 miles per hour, but right before it, trains can go 70 miles per hour. That means engineers have to drop 40 miles per hour in a matter of seconds at the bottom of a downgrade. In 1882, a train took that curve too fast. 8 people passed away, including a state senator. In July 2013, a CSX freight train derailed on that same stretch. Nobody was hurt. Pure luck. Metro North investigated, made some notes, and did not do anything substantial about it. 5 months later, same railroad, same deadly curves. Very different outcome. Sunday, December 1st, 2013. The Sunday after Thanksgiving. Train 8808 left Poughkeepsie at 5:54 in the morning, heading for Grand Central Terminal. 115 passengers were on board, more than usual for a Sunday. But this was not a normal Sunday. Thanksgiving weekend was ending. College students were heading back to school, workers were returning to the city. The holiday rush just going the other direction. The locomotive was a GE Genesis P32 AC-DM, Unit 819. It was dual mode. It ran on diesel on the main line and switched to electric for the tunnels into Manhattan. It had 3,200 horsepower. The engineer was William Rockefeller. He was 46 years old, with 15 years of service at Metro North, and he had started as a clerk at Grand Central. He had a good service record, no problems. Except for one thing. 2 weeks earlier, his schedule had changed. He had used to work afternoons and evenings. Now he had to start at 5:04 in the morning. His body clock was completely scrambled, and the Thanksgiving holiday made it even worse. What nobody knew was that Rockefeller had severe sleep apnea. Undiagnosed, untreated. His body stopped breathing every night, never reached deep sleep, never truly rested. He had no idea. At 7:19 in the morning, train 8808 approached the Spuyten Duyvil curve. Speed limit, 30 miles per hour. Actual speed, 82 miles per hour. Almost 3 times what was allowed. Rockefeller described it as highway hypnosis, a kind of daze. He said he was just staring straight ahead, that hypnotized feeling. Dazed. He was not drunk. He was not texting. He was not distracted by anything. He was asleep with his eyes open. His brain had simply gone offline. 6 seconds before the derailment, he finally hit the brakes. Way too late. All 7 passenger cars derailed. 4 of them flipped completely onto their sides. 3 passengers were thrown through broken windows onto the frozen ground outside. These were the first passenger fatalities on Metro North in 30 years. 4 people never made it home that morning. James Lovell, 58. Sound technician on the Today Show for 20 years. He had survived cancer and heart surgery. He had 4 kids at home. He was heading to Rockefeller Center to help set up the Christmas tree lighting. James Ferrari, 59. His family called him an incredible man. 2 women traveling together, Donna Smith, 54, and her sister Linda. They were going to Lincoln Center for a holiday choir concert. Linda survived. She watched through a broken window as her sister landed outside the train. An Kisuk, 35. A nurse from Korea who worked with terminally ill children at a care facility in Ossining. She had just finished a 12-hour night shift and was taking the train home to sleep. None of them made it. That GE Genesis locomotive did exactly what it was supposed to do. Pulled its load, followed the throttle, responded to the controls. Machines don't fall asleep. But machines don't override human error unless you build that capability in. PTC would have seen that curve coming. It would have checked the speed and hit the brakes automatically. 4 people would have made it home for the holidays. The technology existed. The money existed. The law existed. What didn't exist was the will to actually do it. 316 million reasons to wait a little longer. 4 reasons why they never should have.